Well, good morning, rise and shine, and welcome to Live at 6:05. I'm Dr. Amy Nussbaum. Welcome to Tuesday. Today, we are going to talk about something that many of us wrestle with, and that is clarity and direction, especially this time of year. As you sit back, you start to reflect upon, what this year looked like, what you want next year to look like, thinking about what direction are you headed into, getting some clarity into that. Some of us, we might start to feel stuck thinking about, oh my goodness, this last year, this last 6 months, this last 3 months haven't really been moving in any direction, let alone in a direction that I feel is where I should be heading. Maybe you're just unsure of your next step, and maybe you're not quite sure of what your priorities are in this season of life. And in that, this morning we are going to talk about how to break through the noise so that you can see what you really, where you really want to head, where God really wants you to head, so that you can really step into the new year with that clarity and purpose. So the first step is really just to slow down and create space. I know I talk about this a lot, but excuse me, in our busy lives, especially this time of year, as we get into the season of Advent, this season of preparation, that we have to create space. We need to take things out so that we can add things in, like taking time to reflect, taking time to just listen to God's voice. But clarity doesn't usually come in the chaos. So when we are rushing and just reacting and we're just trying to keep up, we start to wonder why we can't hear God and we can't really think about our own desires. So think about, where in your life do you need margin and clarity so that you can actually show up and listen, spending some time to reflect. Um, we often see Jesus withdrawing so that he can reflect and think and pray. And so we need to follow that example. Step two, we need to identify what it is you truly want. Most people don't feel stuck because they lack options. Oftentimes they feel stuck because they have so many options, or they've never articulated what they really want without feeling guilty about it. So asking yourself, what is it you want more of? What is it you want less of? What would life, what would life look like if nothing stood in your way? Think about those questions and maybe journal on them and see what comes up for you. And let your answers be honest. Don't have any judgment at this point. Just answer them with curiosity. What is it? And think about it. And that's interesting, but no judgment at this point, and don't worry about feeling like you're being selfish because these are the things that you want. But desire, because desire is not selfish, it's often a clue towards your calling. So whatever it is that you feel drawn to, that can often give us clues as to what your true calling is for this next season. And then step three is to pay attention to the alignment. Clarity often rises from noticing what matches your values and your gifts and the season of life. So asking yourself, does this fit who I'm becoming? Does this reflect my God given right wiring? And does this make me feel more alive, more aligned? So, whatever direction you feel you're headed, asking yourself about that direction. And if the answers are no, this doesn't reflect your God given wiring, or this doesn't reflect who you're becoming, or maybe this was who you were in the last season, but not who you are in this season, then just take this time to be okay with letting that go and moving on. I know that's easier said than done, but Proverbs 3:6 tells us, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your paths. So straight paths really comes from that alignment with where God is leading you and where you feel that you are being called. So you don't need to create a 5-year plan at this point to figure out clarity. Just, what is my next step? Clarity comes through movement, not through overthinking. So maybe it's reaching out to someone who already is doing what you want to do, or maybe journaling some for some time to get some more clarity and to work through some things that you've been struggling with. Maybe trying a class either through, the local community college or the local Parks and Rec, or, trying different things, learning different things and seeing if that might encourage where you would like to be headed. Scheduling time to explore, putting in your calendar, making an appointment with yourself, and then keeping it is so important, because oftentimes we're like, oh, I'll sit down Sunday night. And then that never actually happens. So holding yourself to those appointments. Or finally, admitting what it is that you want. Many of us, we know deep down what it is we want to pursue, but there's fear holding us back, or there's something else holding us back. Maybe we're uncertain what other people will think, or we think it's just some big dream, but not ever going to be reality. But when we finally admit that to ourselves, we can identify what those next steps need to be. So small steps create momentum, and momentum clears the fog. So today I encourage you to just take 5 minutes to write out one area of your life that you want clarity in, and one small step that you are committing to taking this week. Maybe it's doing some research. Maybe it is doing that journaling. Maybe it's just sitting down and thinking about it. And maybe it's talking with a friend about it. One small step that you can commit to. And if you are ready for deeper clarity, direction, and confidence, I'd love to walk with you through one-on-one coaching. Send me a message and let's talk about what a personalized coaching program might look like for you. So, with that, have a great rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, our What's the Word Wednesday version of Live at 6:05. But until then, remember, you are made for more. So, go light up this world with your purpose and with your passion.